So yeah, we're just gonna start straight on. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Pubwatch episode 19?
Episode the next one.
The next one episode. My name is KOKOStern, and with me, as always, is the lovely Onin, who already said some stuff, but he's still gonna say hi.
Hi.
Dude, go ahead. Tell people what we're doing.
Well, for a difference, we're not streaming because we pretty much
Yeah.
realized that it's given us much more issues than it's worth it. So
Yeah.
for all the people who did catch us live every now and then, we're sorry, but as you also might have seen, the VODs of the previous episode were kind of ruined, which we also apologize for.
Yeah.
And so we've decided, screw this live streaming, we'd rather have VODs that work.
Yeah, we were kind of focusing on the VODs anyways. They were getting proper people watching them, and the links and the streaming was just screwing us up. I mean, Twitch, I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I'd rather just record the whole thing and then give you a proper experience, right? So that's what we're doing today, and our subject is N0tail, Fnatic.EU's N0tail. Onin, come on, give us some background or something.
Well, I always have to give the background.
I
Well,
don't know.
like we said last episode, we're kind of going away from watching a whole team as a whole again and going to individual players. Last week it was Funnick and also Ghost a little. And now we're going back to the amazing Team Fnatic, which, as we had predicted, are now a European powerhouse and one of the best teams in our scene.
Destroying everything.
And N0tail is awesome, so we're gonna watch N0tail.
Yeah, he streams a lot in his lately, and it's pretty cool watching him. And Fnatic.EU Star Ladder at the top, the defense, they got to the losers bracket, but they're just streamlining up, and they're amazing. So let's just go in, stop talking, and just go in straight into the match. Owning you 2 minutes.
Of course.
So 3, 2, 1, play. Let's check this out. And do I really need to say much? N0tail's playing Meepo. I mean, why would I show any other game other than him playing Meepo? Seriously. I mean...
And he plays Meepo a lot, so there's a lot of choice for good games. And
yeah.
This one, kind of crazy.
Yeah, hopefully. And we have a Lion helping him out, and a Trent looking at the rune, so we obviously have a Furion with a giant flower instead of a proper staff, a Shadow Demon who will be going solo offlane, which should be weird, and a Shadow Fiend for the middle. And against them there will be a Bane and a Priest of the Moon. In the middle there will be a Storm Spirit against a Shadow Fiend. That should be nice. And a Rubik supporting a Luna.
Yep. This is actually interesting for two reasons. Well, the first is something that we've seen actually pretty often in all these pubs. You have no hero that can offlane. Well, actually Furion could have offlaned, but he wants to farm woods instead. So instead you get your last hero, which is a Shadow Demon. And he'll have to offlane because no one else does.
Yeah, Meepo's solo, but he's still fine. He's still fine. Use up a flask immediately, and Lion is now in trouble, but he stuns up.
Oh no! Trading kills like that.
Oh, so close. That's not. Oh, he does actually drop at the end, but Miranda is so low. Can she do this? Come on.
Furion's coming in from the right.
Yeah, she's so dead. There we go. And the second blood goes to Nature's Prophet. There was just a miss here. They could have killed Lion better if Bane would have nightmared before the arrow flew out and missed completely.
Yeah, but Lion really shouldn't have been trading hits with these kinds of heroes. I mean, with the Mirana is kind of decent, although even her... See, the thing with Lion is his base damage is terrible. 45 base damage because he has no bonus stats up against Bane's 60 and Mirana's 50.
About 50. No, it's 46 plus 6 because of the Basilius, but yeah, they both have not a lot of HP, and Meepo is kind of in the middle here.
Yeah, so the other thing that was interesting is that they actually have an offensive dual lane, which is very capable of kills, because there is
whoa, actually Bane is in a lot of trouble again, and they don't actually have anything to follow it up. They need one more hit with Mirana with the body block, and he makes it out alive. Just a stun on Mirana.
Just to waste some mana.
Yeah.
Kinda pointless. But hey, at least Meepo is getting a little bit of farm back, and he didn't die to that.
Yeah, he didn't die all this time, so that's the most important thing. Lion can die as many times as he wants to. At the middle we have Storm Spirit versus a Shadow Fiend, so I'm actually surprised that the Storm Spirit is letting Shadow Fiend last hit anything this well. And at least at the start where his base HP is so low. Base damage, excuse me.
Yeah, honestly though, people kind of overestimate how much difference getting those first few denies in. Because eventually he'll get last hits, and even if it takes a minute or so. And once he has 2 or 3 souls, he's got a really amazing last hit animation, so...
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
never gonna deny a Shadow Fiend from farming just by making
And
it
Shadow Demon actually falls. Yeah, he does actually fall here at the bottom. Disruption went off, and Luna finishes him off with a Lucent Beam. She's was level 3, so that happened
He
as
can't
well.
really do much about this. There's nothing he can even disruption dodge somehow, so he's got barely any defenses. And he doesn't have boots either, which is something that you see a bit more often from forced off-lane heroes. Might as well buy boots that at least help survive a little bit.
He actually would have probably gotten away, but he tried to disrupt the Luna and get away, but he was too far in with Rubik pulling him back. And Shadow Fiend getting an invisibility rune coming to the top here, so they're probably going to go for Mirana because he has less HP, but they're actually jumping in on Bane right now. He's a frog. There we go. He did steal HP from Lion, so Lion will drop to Mirana. And Bane... Mirana actually drops before Bane. Bane's actually still alive. Prophet came in as well, but no. He drops to... I guess that was a one last hit from him.
Siege catapult.
Oh, the siege killed him? Pff,
Yep, although he was obviously dead, because
pretty much.
running north when you're Radiant usually doesn't lead to any good places.
Yeah, probably. And we have Shadow Demon. There's no point of me being bottom there, so I'm just going to go in the middle while Shadow Fiend is away. But Root... Oh, and he disrupts himself. And can they actually do something here? 2 of those. One last hit. Come on, there we go. And they do get it. Shadow Demon. With one last not disruption, I'm sorry. Shadow Poison, level 2.
And in the meantime, Meepo is picked off by pretty much the thing that this lane is trying to do. Hit a Nightmare, hit an arrow, hit all your nukes, and pretty much no one survives that.
Yeah, it's a pretty potent combo, actually, with a Nightmare and an arrow.
Yeah, and it's something that's pretty interesting since they're on an offensive dual lane and getting better kills.
Well, we'll see. Meepo is very close to level 6, and once that hits, the game becomes a little bit more interesting, I'd say.
Yeah, although it needs a little bit more than just level 6 to be really useful.
Well, obviously. But I'm guessing N0tail knows how to build Meepo, so we probably won't be seeing a mechanism in a Vladimir's. Interesting to see, though, how he will decide to go for that, when he'll decide to go for that Aghanims.
The most common for Meepo, for N0tail's Meepo build, is to get first his Tranquil Boots and the Sage Mask, just in case he does want to build a Vlad later. But after that, immediately build the Aghanim Scepter.
And they do want to go here on the Shadow Fiend with a jump in, and yeah, they just pick him off so quickly. Bane was invisible, but the Storm Spirit with that initiation from Ball Lightning picked him off very quickly, very easily.
And so that means that both of the carries of the Dire side are kind of being held back, but not completely, since they've both haven't actually...
Bane is going to be caught off here, but Lion taking the arrow, and yeah, he's immediately dead. Can Meepo do anything? The poof's going to hit, and Nature's Prophet's going to come in and try and help, but Meepo, very low HP here.
Shadow Demon TP'd in, though. Can he hit some raises?
Let's see, and we have Rubik as well, picks him off, and the raise, one raise, but the arrow hits, and he's actually, the second raise misses, Shadow Fiend very low, and Nature's Prophet tries to TP away, manages to do so. One last hit, oh, the Fade Bolt came in. Fade Bolt came in, Meepo. And yeah, Lion is so dead, body blocked now. And Mirana picks him off, they couldn't actually help. So that actually went completely for the Radiant.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising. Really, you wouldn't really expect a Rubik to TP in to help out right there, but it was really vital for them. Without him, the Shadow Fiend would have probably hit at least 2 of those 3 rages. Instead, he only got 1 before he got stunned and picked off. And that made all the difference right there.
Yeah, Rubik with a well-timed TP in, and we do have Meepo at level 6 right now. Nature's Prophet, I wanted to point out that he started off with a Null Talisman and only now has Gloves of Haste, and now the Midas is coming in at 7 minutes. So it's a still perfectly fine time. Standard. Oh, at the bottom we do have Luna. Well, she just used Eclipse to pick off
There's a
Shadow
Storm
Fiend.
Spirit being netted, and he's out of mana, so...
Oh!
so
One poof,
slow.
he can't do anything now. Poof, and he gets picked off immediately. And Lion at the top as well. The Nightmare, the stun was there, and Bane is actually super low HP. But he does drop, and Rubik is still going to take a lot of damage here. And they're fine.
Furion right now.
And at the Furion at the bottom really wanted to get Luna. And he did, but he dropped to the tower.
Well, that's still a decent trade, especially after he just...
Got Midas, yeah.
Yeah. And the most important thing is Midas is on cooldown, so while he's dead, he's not wasting too much farming opportunity.
Check out three Radiant heroes limping away. Rubik is... yeah, so much getting back, but job well done. Picking off line, he's only level 3 at this point, 500 HP, and it's starting to get really scary for him. And he needs at level 6 to kill someone. I mean, Lion capitalizes on being really strong really early. That level 6 is insane. And he's basically walking food right now to anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't even have boots right now, and he is so far off them as well. 400 gold may not be that much for, say, a mid solo or your carry, but for a support, that's immense riches that one can only dream of.
Yeah, they're actually picking off Luna here at the bottom, blocking her in with the Trents after the disruption, which is very smart. And they're just going to go for the tower.
The Radiants did really go for a trade here. They've actually got 4 people here in position, but they were going for a smoke gank. Possibly on the Shadow Fiend, who was still hanging around there, but he went back, smelled it. And it doesn't seem like they want to trade, which they really could have, and a mid tower is much more important than a bot tower.
My question now is, oh, the arrow misses. Yeah, will Lion manage to hit another creep and get 50 more before he dies?
It's nightmared.
The arrow is dead, and they just need to hit him like twice. Oh, one last hit. No, Bane gets it. And whoa, Nature's Prophet ultimate does a ton of damage. They go invisible.
Gonna TP in?
No, he isn't.
He has it off cooldown, but no, they're invisible.
Yeah. And we also have double Meepo and Shadow Demon, who doesn't really go for the Luna because he went invisible as well with that ultimate.
Yeah, it's really good of them to pressure the Luna like this because she had complete free farm at the start, and she also got that 1 or was it even 2 kills on Shadow Demon, which really helps just skyrocket her GPM.
It's not amazing at this point though. It's actually below.
Because she's been pressured and picked off. Without it, she would have at least be on par with Meepo. And that's what she needs to be.
Well, we do have at the bottom, they did actually jump up on her just as we stopped looking at the screen. And hey, they got her very easily again with the disruption into Meepo jumping in with the poofs. And she doesn't have a lot of HP. And Rubik comes in here, Shadow Demon. Casts his ultimate, but he's dead very, very quickly. And Meepo jumps away to where the poofs. He's actually... No, he's safe at this point.
Yeah, he wisely started moving one Meepo back and just held the other around because maybe he could help or sneakily pick someone off, but with a poof, it's easy to retreat, and the Storm didn't nearly have enough mana to continue chasing him.
Yeah, he does have about 2.5k, so we'll see what he decides to pick up. He does have his Tranquil Boots and a Sage's Mask, like you said earlier, and we'll have to see what he goes for.
Like I said, it's probably an Aghanim's Rush, since that just makes you unkillable.
Oh, we do have
to help with damage.
Bane picking up a Lion here with the ultimate, and well, he drops immediately to Rubik. Bane, can he catch anybody else? That arrow completely misses. And that's going to be it. Yeah, just one ultimate online nearly kills him, and then a Fade Bolt is just enough.
Yeah, it's arguably not even worth it. They could have probably just gotten that with a Nightmare, wait for someone else to run in, give him 2 nukes. He's dead already.
3 Meepos moving in on the tower at the top. And Radiant Heroes, no TPs. So the tower's gonna go down pretty quickly. One Meepo away just in case anybody wants to come in. And we do have Bane, the only one coming in here, but... And now the TP comes in from Storm. So a lot of trouble. One Meepo can, yes! And they actually pick him off very quickly. And a rage buyback immediately.
But he actually just... Did he?
Boots of travel.
Or did... Yeah, he bought Boots of Travel, but I think then he sold it, and... I'm not sure what happened, but he just had to buy it or pick it up again.
Huh.
But yeah, now he has a Boots of Travel, and now this guy's the biggest split push monster in the world. Almost as good as Tinker.
Pretty much. And he also got the Ring of Basilius, finished it off in the Ring of Regen, so I guess he does want to get the Vladimirs?
But like I said, he just dismantled his Tranquil Boots, and it can be turned into a Vlad's, or it can just stay a Ring of Basilius.
Oh, and they want Meepo once again. Nightmare combo, and he's just dead immediately. Nothing can survive that. There's so much nukes.
And that is really unfortunate, because he had just bought back and just bought his Boots of Travel to start ramping up his farm, and hadn't even used it properly yet.
Yeah, that's a complete waste for him. He's going to be really, really behind after this. If you buy back and die immediately, this throws you back so far away.
Although saying he's behind when he's sitting at 420 GPM, only the Mirana with her 430 is above him, and
but still,
it really doesn't help, but it doesn't put him behind the Luna and the Storm. So
well, that's the thing with the Meepo. Meepo needs to be ahead of everyone, and we do have initiation here, disruption up on the Storm Spirit. He's a frog. He's actually going to drop very quickly here, and Mirana already pulls herself. Wow, she's invisible, but she's so dead. Right here, she can't do absolutely anything.
Why is she just standing there?
I
Can't she run out?
She was stuck. She was stuck. I think she's still stuck, exactly between the two trees, so she can't move.
It may be that she was stuck because of the neutrals, but I'm pretty sure she could walk out there.
It seems like it, but I think she couldn't move at all. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like it.
It looks like she was trying, so that's what makes me confused. And it seems like N0tail wants Roshan.
Yeah. He doesn't like the dying. Yeah, the Trents are gonna soak up the damage. It's gonna take him a while, though, especially if he stays alone, because he doesn't have a lot of damage here. And whoa, Rubik at the top, they managed to pick off Shadow Demon.
And there was a Radiant Ward that saw those Treants running into that, and now they see a Shadow Demon and a Lion hanging
And a
around.
Luna with an Eclipse just picks off Lion, but now she's so dead. It's just level 11. That Eclipse is going to do a lot of damage, but not enough. Nature's Prophet, though, is in a lot of trouble. One last hit. There we go. And he does drop. The Meepos, the Poof, I think only one Poof hit. And she leaps away. They're going to get back to the Roshan. It's going to take a long time, though, to get that rush. And the arrow, actually, no, it hit the Trent just last second there. Shadow Fiend is going to try and hold him off, but everybody's here. No ultimate for Bane, but the Nightmare is here.
And again, this is taking so long, and Shadow Fiend is now also...
Yeah, drops as well. There's one more Meepo. Tries to TP out, but no. Drops as well. And Mirana is now stuck again.
Now she's really stuck. There's no getting out of that place. Although, her TP is coming off cooldown and just...
Oh, and the Nature's Prophet. Actually, I'm not sure he knew that she was there. He just wanted to TP in to see the Roshan pit, but whatever the case. He's fine. He does have his Shadow Blade.
Yeah, he saw that she was there because of the...
Shadow Poison, yeah. Is really gonna try and do Roshan anyways?
Well, they still want it, and with Treants you can do some decent damage, and as soon as N0tail revives, he can just TP right on top of the Treants.
Yeah.
And be there to help him, so sure, why not? Now that there's no Mirana, contesting it is also a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, they're not even trying to check for it again. So Roshan is pretty much gonna be cleaned up here. Or is he, Bane?
Again, N0tail wisely leaving one Meepo behind just so he can poof out in case.
Yeah, just in case. But he does pick off the Aegis. And after all those deaths, he still has 1,000 gold. And the thing I wanted to say a lot earlier was that Meepo, yeah, he's just a little bit below Mirana, but Meepo needs to be way far ahead of everybody. Remember, 3 are trying to actually farm up. And whoa, one of the Meepos did just get stunned. Storm Spirit comes in immediately, and that's going to be the Aegis.
Did they see that, or was that just a really lucky guess?
I believe it was a lucky guess, because they don't actually have the ward over here. They have it over here, so...
Yeah.
I think they pretty much didn't see that. But hey, the original Meepo was away in all the clones. When there's Aegis on Meepo, all the clones come up to the original one. So he was fine after that. But the Aegis is dead, remember. He's gone.
Yep. And it gives him freedom to pick off the top tower together with Furion, because he's got a boot to travel and he can be wherever the hell he wants.
But it's going to be a trade because the Radiant are here at the bottom. And they're actually... The Dire's going for the tier 2 and the... No, they want to defend it. The Radiant want to defend it.
Do they though? They're not TPing on it.
Yeah.
So, or Mirana actually TPing
They're actually
mid.
TP'd mid, and they're seeing Meepo here, and they want to actually take him. They managed to get him off again with that Fiend's Grip, and he buys back once more. That guy doesn't like money.
Yeah, well, the thing, as you were saying about Meepo, he doesn't really need to be ahead in terms of money. He needs to be ahead in terms of experience. And buying back costs a lot of money, but it gives you more experience because, of course, you don't get any while you're dead. So I guess that's the idea behind all of these buybacks. Meepo's money, not so much of an issue because he's such a great split pusher, he can farm it up so easily. But experience is a big issue. He needs to get level 16 as soon as possible. And while you're dead, you can't get level 16.
Yeah, but money isn't as important, I guess, after the Aghanims, because the Aghanims makes this hero completely different. I mean, the stat, another clone and the stat change is huge. And until you get that, not sure money, I mean, money is pretty important.
It is pretty important. But of course, being such a great split pusher, buybacks also aren't nearly as expensive as they seem. Because you don't just like buy back and TP onto one lane and farm that and maybe a bit of your forest. N0tail just buys back, goes bottom lane, kills the creep wave, goes top lane, kills that creep wave, goes into a forest, kills all the camps. And now he's at his ancient stack, killing all of those. There's pretty much no hero that could just do this at will. Even Tinker is probably a little bit slower than Meepo at this.
And Nature's Prophet gets picked off at the top here. They do have vision, so yep, there's a gem up on Bane because they saw that Shadow Blade.
I wonder why the Dire has so many frickin' sentries around here.
Yeah, there's a ton of wards. I just wanted to say that.
I guess they also thought that that one arrow on N0tail that got his Aegis off, that couldn't have been a lucky arrow. They must have had a ward somewhere here.
Oh, Lion, no. Lion still has 600 HP, and the entire Radiant are here, so this is pretty dangerous. There is one Meepo clone, no, this is actually the real one, and he's so close to level 16. Shadow Demon, and Initiation on by Storm Spirit. They do all go invisible, and he grabs the Meepo as well. Can they actually get him? One last Meepo, yes, and they do get him with one last stun. And at the bottom here we do have, wow, Lion comes in with a Finger of Death and picks off the Storm Spirit. That was a death by Shadow Fiend as well.
Yep, at least he took the Bane with him, but that's of course not the greatest trade.
Yeah, it's 2 for 2 for now, and remember, there's still that Clips from Luna.
And, oh god, they actually had a gem which the Mirana now picks up so he can de-ward all of those wards that Lion was putting around the place. That is also unfortunate. I wonder why Shadow Fiend even has that gem in the first place. Well, it's of course against
It was on Bane.
Mirana's ultimate.
It was on Bane, it wasn't on Shadow Fiend.
Was it?
It was on Bane.
Oh, okay. In that case, it was against the Shadow Fiend, because he has Shadow Blade, as is kind of common for Shadow Fiends these days.
And Nature's Prophet as well. And Rubik. No, Rubik's just invisible. He doesn't have a Shadow Blade. So, still N0tail is a bit behind. Actually, Prophet is at the top with that Medas, but Princess of the Moon is doing pretty decently, and Luna as well now working towards her BKB. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if this game progresses too long, the Radiant are pretty damn scary. More so than Meepo, I'd say.
I'm not sure because it is a Meepo with the Nature's Prophet and the Shadow Fiend, so
Well, yeah, we do have once again an initiation here by the Storm Spirit, but he gets frogged immediately. The stun. No. And Mirana's just jumps in. She just wants blood. And Shadow Demon can't do anything. He's just dropping so quickly, and the one last hit is enough. Storm Spirit, yeah, Lion.
Run hit.
Lion is completely dead, and actually, Rubik picks up both of those kills. Shadow Fiend drops as well. But while this is happening, we have this guy picking off the tower with the help of Furion. At the bottom, he's also pushing.
Did they actually pick? I think they picked off 2 towers.
Yeah, that was 2 towers for all that.
So that's still worth it.
Pretty much.
Especially because, hey, this is exactly what Fnatic showcased in that one actual pro game where they used Meepo and won.
Oh, the stun!
Meepo plus Furion.
No, yeah, Meepo plus Furion is insane, and they do have the gem, so Nature's Prophet is now... Wow, and we have Nature's Prophet just killing off Mirana so quickly. He does have a Desolator. Luna with the ultimate. There's so many Meepos. But one last hit, and it's enough, and Bane survives this? Yes, he does actually survive.
I'm not sure if he should have gone for Bane instead of Luna. Since the Bane was just, he didn't want to die, so he was juking him around all the place. And Luna, he could have just surrounded and started hitting on. Then again, the Bane has probably more dangerous nukes. And he also has that Gem of True Sight, which, if you kill him, that's another 600 gold swinging your way.
Yeah, and Meepo now, with a point booster and an Ogre Club, he needs, well, a little bit more gold, and then he'll get his Aghanim Scepter and be really scary in this game. And we have to see how this develops. And Nature's Prophet picking up his Desolator, so he's definitely dealing some serious damage at this point.
Yeah, but actually, most surprising me is how little this Shadow Fiend has. His CS is kind of decent, but he's died so often, only 3 kills and 6 deaths, that his net worth is much lower than it should have been.
Yeah, it's just not amazing. And he's
with the Mirana and
Yasha.
Storm Spirits, but he doesn't want to be on par. He wants to be farming much better, being a Shadow Fiend. But I guess it's difficult for him to find farms, since any kind of creep waves that push out, like this here, top lane just gets poofed in a second, and then Shadow Fiend can just go to his forest or something.
Do we have a Meepo here coming in on the grip? And he immediately gets disrupted. The stun is premature, which is not smart. All the poofs come in, but it's just not enough. And the DPS is enough. Nature's Prophet, oh, it's a bad decision. Storm Spirit, the disruption, will it save him? He can't actually get away, but he... Shadow Blade, yes, he manages to get away with 22 HP. Storm Spirit is now in trouble. They're all invisible, though. And Nature's Prophet is still fine. No, the Fade Bolt comes in. The stun up online, he does drop. And there's that damn Luna. There's no Eclipse yet, but she doesn't even need it. Just comes in and hits everything. And that's 4 for 1 for the Radiant team. Whew, wow, that went really wrong. That Meepo. Wrong place.
That still puts him pretty far away of his mecha, of Aghanims. Not the mecha, don't make mecha, guys.
And
that's your Furion, except he doesn't make it.
They can actually keep going, and that's exactly what they do. Rubik blinks in. Do they want Shadow Fiend? The stun is there, and they get him. There's just so many nukes. But he killed the Rubik! The Shadow Fiend death, the ultimate, killed Rubik. And whoa, Finger of Death from a mile away to pick off Mirana. Yeah, don't stick around with such low HP, especially against a Lion and a Shadow Fiend. And the TPs come in, they should need to get away. Bane, that missed. One more ensnare, that missed as well. That hit, there we go. Can he poof in time? Oh, Disruption is going to save him. And Nature's Prophet picks up Luna, actually. So they definitely stayed too long and lost 4 lives for it. So that's a complete turnaround. They did get the tower, but that's a 4-1 in the opposite direction. Shadow Fiend, well, Shadow Fiend was dead from before, so there's just 4 kills.
Yep, that was quite greedy, and especially because the Storm Spirit wasn't there to help them, so it was actually just 4 people of which only one is really carry potential at this stage. Although it's surprising how little this Luna has. She has herself a drum, a BKB, and now a Helm of the Dominator, which isn't all that great for someone who started out free farming, getting herself a few kills, and in general just being the hard carry for their team. And they should be so far ahead with all of the map control they've got and the 17 kill lead. But it just doesn't seem like it, because this Furion is farmed as shit, and Meepo is farming everywhere, and in only 250 gold he's got his Aghanim, so he'll be at least difficult to kill.
Finally Roshan is going to fall. The arrow is super late. It does hit, but the arrow is late, and the Meepo with the Aegis is there. So the Radiant can't really contest it. Notice that the Lion now has the gem. So they did deward everything and had an easier time with Roshan. And do we get an Aghanims finally? Main Meepo goes up, gets those, and there we go. Meepo number 5. And there we go. We have the 5 Meepos converging at the fountain. And I believe this will be the time to start seriously obliterating the entire map. But we'll see.
Well, especially the entire map. I wouldn't go as far as call it obliterating the whole enemy team, since there are still shitloads of nukes on the Radiant side.
Yeah, they have a proper team of just strong nukes to just take out one of the Meepos, but it's definitely going to be harder now that each Meepo, each clone has a lot more HP, and obviously there's still the Aegis, remember that. So we'll have to see.
At least they don't have something like a Lina, who can just pretty much instantly kill one of the Meepos, and then that's the one you kill. All their nukes are kind of spread out. There are some decent AoE like Starfall and Fatebolt, but the most of the burst comes from the Storm Spirit. So he's really going to be the one...
Hey, Luna. Don't forget Luna.
Well, that's the thing. Luna's Eclipse is great against, say, 3 heroes, because then you just hit all of them with the cap of Lucent Beams and you deal shitloads of damage. But when there's 5 Meepos, and also 4 other heroes, and also Prophets, Treants around, chances are you're not gonna do a lot of damage to one of them, and just do a little bit of damage to all of the others. So I'm not really think Meepo should be too worried about the Eclipse. I think really the Storm Spirit is the most dangerous one. And potentially some things that Rubik can steal, like Finger of Death, or Nature's Prophet's ultimate, or Shadow Fiend's ulti.
Or a Bane just grabbing one of the Meepos off.
Well, Bane is currently not a problem at all. If he wants to grab a Meepo, that means he's in a position for all 4 of those other Meepos to ensnare him and immediately interrupt him. Up until now, he's been able to get successful grips because he got the one Meepo that wasn't nearby others. Or he timed it at the point where the Meepo's Earthbinds were on cooldown. But from now on, with 5 Meepos, which don't really have a reason to start spamming them, in a team fight, he's probably not going to be able to Fiend Script him. And I don't think he should try. I think he should save it for Shadow Fiend, because that guy can still be pretty dangerous.
Well, Bane is gonna have a BKB soon. Nothing's gonna help too much, but
that'll certainly help against Earthbinds. So that's a really good pickup for him to get.
Yeah.
Still a bit off it, so he should hurry probably.
Well, yeah, the Shadow Fiend actually has Sanjin Yasha.
Yeah, that's just... It kind of underlines how badly he's been doing. Because that's not an item that you get when you've got great farm. It's an item that you get when you think, Manta's style is gonna be so good and I need HP, so I guess I'll just...
get that Sanj.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's important to note that Blink Dagger is also up on Meepo, which will allow him for even greater initiation from just far away very easily. And N0tail is noted for having beautiful micro when he needs to do that. So we'll see what he manages to do, really.
Yep, I'm a little bit surprised he actually sold his Ring of Regen, so he's not going for Vlad's. Since I guess it makes some sense because he doesn't actually need all of that regen for his farming. Since with the the cooldown on Boots of Travel spread across 5 different Meepos, chances are he could just TP the base, poof everyone's base, then TP somewhere else and poof over there. So if he's ever low on health, he can just fountain trip as if he was a Tinker and just be at full mana, full HP as long as he wants. But I guess in team fights, the stability might really help him. So I'm not entirely sure if it's the greatest decision to skip that flat.
Well, the question is what is he going to go for instead? I mean, what is his next item? That's the big question here.
Most likely a heart or a butterfly to either tank up or give all his Meepos damage.
We'll have to see what N0tail goes for. Personally, I recommend Dagons, but hey, that's just me. And there's actually, it's pretty quiet for a while now. We're not used to that. And wow, Nature's Prophet has an Assault Cuirass at this point. And they're finally pushing.
Smart, man. It's kind of surprising that the Radiant was so passive.
Whoa, the Blinking on Luna, she immediately puts up the BKB. Bane as well, and he grabs not the Shadow Fiend, the Shadow Demon, like you said. Meepo's Aegis pops, Lion. Boom, 5 Meepos come back, and well, Nature's Prophet's ultimate did pick off Bane. Luna is, they're all invisible. Mirana versus Prophet, and Prophet does so much damage, but Mirana will drop eventually to Meepo. The top here, we do have Shadow Demon. Finally drops the Storm Spirit and Rubik. And, well, 5 Meepos. You're not going to exactly run away, Luna. Let's see. The Rubik with a stun actually hits 4, but the Ensnare still hits. So much damage, and Storm Spirit, get away, no mana! Oh, he drops, and Luna cleans off the Meepos with a buyback, and Meepo buys back immediately himself. So that was 5 for 5, essentially.
Yep, 5 for 5, and
no tower. Whew.
Yep, and both of the carries, the main carries, I guess, buying back both the Luna and the Meepo.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of surprising, since there were 4 guys on the Dire dead, and then Meepo just picks off the Luna, and then picks off the Storm, and then finally falls to a buyback from Luna. So I guess that's how dangerous this Meepo is right now, and he doesn't even have any, well, damage items except for his Aghanims yet.
Well, when you have 5 of the same character, you don't need damage items because it's your damage times 5. If they're all actually there, and he did just manage to catch people, so it's pretty efficient. And he does go for that invisibility, so that's 4 poofs coming in from nowhere, and an ensnare and an Earthbind. So let's see what he picks up. He does have 3k at this point. He wants just a little bit more, and it's probably going to be a Reaver. And he poofs away. So,
oh, anticlimactic.
Yeah. I guess he wants this shop? Yeah, he brings all the clones. The clones need to kill off the Ancient Cap, and only then he can pick off the Reaver.
Yep. He wanted to stack it just for once so we can get yeah, there it is, the Reaver.
Yep. And Shadow Demon actually picks off a pipe. So that's going to help mitigate some of that Lucent Beams and that Eclipse and all that other spell damage. That's pretty useful pickup.
Interesting that he opted for a pipe instead of just a mech.
Well, it's more...
The boon is... I guess it helps against the Eclipse and all of the other nuke damage, but the bonus armor for mech is also great to have against...
Oh, no, the stun actually, the arrow misses. Oh. Mirana, you just want to hit one of them? Well, she jumps in, actually, initiates up. Rubik puts up line in the air, and there's a stun. All the Meepos come in. Bane dies immediately. Mirana so low. She does have her own BKB, and the Lucid Beam actually hits absolutely nothing. I mean, illusions mostly. They are in so much trouble. The Radiant team on the ropes, running away. Stormster was not in that fight at all. And, well, Meepo just goes to the bottom. Decides to push that one or not, actually. Well, Meepo can be everywhere at the same time, even more so than a Tinker, like we said earlier.
Yep, he doesn't have any constraints of mana, almost. The Tinker can do a few rearms and a few marches, and then he has to go to the fountain again. This Meepo, he's got 1,000 mana, and poof only costs 80.
Well, they want Storm Spirit, Lion. He has the. He wanted to use the Finger of Death, but didn't even need to. He did turn into a. Wow, Nature's Prophet picked up by Storm Spirit, buys back immediately. And Meepo just finally TPs away. But no, the stun, the arrow hit. Storm Spirit is here. Can they actually get him? He does drop. And Lion is going to repair him. He doesn't actually have mana enough for Finger of Death. Disruption is going to save him from just a bit. Storm Spirit, can he jump in here? He wants Nature's Prophet. Can he get him? He's invisible, but they do have it. And wow, the Shadow Fiend ultimate hitting up everything. Nature's Prophet picks off Storm Spirit. Rubik drops. Lion at the last second TP's away. And Shadow Fiend is sleeping. Sleepy dreams. Shadow Demon. Can they get him? Disruption up on the Bane. And he is... No, Enfeeble is there and Luna's comes in to help out. And Bane... Who did he grab?
An illusion of himself.
Huh.
From the Shadow Demon. That must have been a misclick.
Yeah, probably. And he is... Shadow Demon is cleaned up. I really don't know how many kills there was in what direction, but all I know is that both of these Raxes are dead. And the Rax here as well. Nature's Prophet is always annoying.
Yep, and
Rubik?
I just can't help but notice that only now the Luna finally picks up a new item after her Helmeted Dominator. She's bought up an Eagle Song, moving for that Butterfly, which is pretty helpful against the Meepo since there's 5 people you gotta dodge.
But it's way too late at this point. I mean, they already got practically 2 lanes. Yes, there's this range Rax, but still, that's 2 lanes. And, well, Meepo and Nature's Prophet at 600, and Luna barely 500 behind them in terms of gold per minute. Net worth is just, well, it's better in terms of net worth. Well, actually, Meepo... What the hell is wrong with Meepo's net worth?
It's not showing any of his items, it's just showing his gold amount.
Huh.
But get on that.
So now
This Meepo is a lot richer than 3,000.
Definitely. So now it's bugged in the other way, because it used to show too many items, so now they said, okay, no items at all? Okay.
Seems like it.
Okay then. Yeah, what the... N0tail...
And now buys up an Eagle Song, so everyone gets plus 25 damage. Which for 5 Meepos
This is a lot
is
of damage.
125.
Yeah, opting to just go for the raw stats, probably a smart thing to do. Storm Spirit doesn't have too much mana, but he is going to get away here. And the arrow hits up the Shadow Demon, but they don't want to move in on this unless she wants to ult up. Mirana does have a Demon Edge and opted to just leave the Yasha there and not go for the Manta and go for the Demon Edge instead. I'm not sure if that's the correct thing to do, but that's what she wanted.
I think it's fine, because there's not really much that you can Manta dodge here. And against, well, a Meepo, you just need raw damage. And getting an MKB or a Daedalus, either one would be fine really, just really helps singling out a Meepo and killing it off as soon as possible. Because as soon as they've killed the Meepo, they've probably won the team fight. Because other than that, there's a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, and whoa, the Meepo jumps in immediately on the Luna. She's just... Wow, she's actually doing a lot of damage just right-clicking. And that might be enough. Nature's Prophet, yeah, he actually... Meepo, the Aegis drops, and Nature's Prophet versus Luna, man up. But no, he had the cheese. Oh, he had the cheese, and that's it. Bane comes in here, but Luna and Rubik, Piece of the Moon dies as well, and they can't really do anything at this point. Mirana buys back, but I doubt she can do something. The arrow is actually going to hit a Trian, and Bane, BKBs, but they're hitting you with just last hits, man. You're dead. There we go, and the Meepo's almost going in the fountain here, but this is about it. That long-range initiation. Luna should just stand in place and attack. She actually decided to move back a little bit. GG try hands. Great.
N0tail actually picked up an Ethereal Blade and almost got a poof bomb off on the Mirana, but just 1 or 2 poofs out of range didn't manage to pick her off. Yeah, Ethereal Blade on Meepo, man. It's 40 agility, so 40 times 5 force damage, and also 10 strength and intellect. So I guess when you're kind of constrained for item slots like he is, that's pretty efficient.
It's intelligence, not intellect. And Nature's Prophet picks up a DR. There's a DR. He bought a DR. He got it.
Matter.
No. He got it before the game ended. He totally got it before the game ended. Just so
It
we're
doesn't
clear.
count if you don't kill someone with it,
It
and you don't risk
totally
potentially
counts.
losing it.
Totally freaking counts if you. It's enough. I'm fine with it. I'm okay.
That's like saying buying a Dagon, selling it, and immediately buying a mecha like you should counts. It doesn't. It
Well,
only counts if you use it.
no, that doesn't count. The Dagon part doesn't count. Oh well. Anyway, that was the first game of a N0tail Meepo, and if you don't mind, we're not going to do another N0tail Meepo. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. And
It's not a one-trick pony. You can actually play
yeah,
more than one hero.
more than one hero, which is an important trait of a professional player, especially when that one hero is Meepo. Though they do actually play him from very rare occasion to rare occasion on a professional game, which is pretty cool to see. And everybody's always in the chat, N0tail Meepo, N0tail Meepo, and it actually happens sometimes, so that's lovely. But it doesn't win in most cases, if I'm not wrong.
I think in competitive, they've played it, like, at least recently, they've played it twice, won one, lost one, I think. Or 3 times, maybe.
We'll have to ask Bruno for that, the stat man. Well, we do have another game for you today, so let us go straight in. Onin, are you ready? 2 minutes?
Yes, I am.
3, 2, 1, go. We're going to jump straight in, and you immediately see that Rubik is Sexy Bambo, not even high, Mofo. I'm disappointed. We do have Sexy Bambo up on the Dire team, actually. And he's going to go play Rubik, and it's going to be a man-up of Rubik against Banana Whisper, also known as N0tail. So are you ready for this? Are you ready for me, you mean, Sexy Bambo? So Rubik against the Shadow Fiend mid. They're just going to man up against each other. Just man up mode. And we also have... where the hell is Priestess of the Moon?
She's disconnected for the
Oh,
moment.
she's disconnected. Right, yeah, come with me. Is disconnected.
Also known as Poof with me, specifically because he's playing against N0tail.
Mm-hmm. That's the smart thing to do. Yeah, there's actually going to be a pause, but he'll be back before the game starts, kinda. So it's a good time to introduce everybody else. We have a Rubik on the middle lane, a Tuskar who is seriously just going to hang around. Just hanging around, seriously. Going to try to be a support roamer Tusk. And a Doombringer who's just going to go to the forest. We have a Spirit Breaker at the top going up against an Invoker who's going to hang around, and a Magnus offlane. As, again, Shadow Fiend in the middle, and Ricky, supported by Nature's Prophet from the forest, kinda. And that's about it. That'll be our teams for today. Sexy Bambo versus N0tail. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm putting my baskets in N0tail, man. Because he's actually got a team.
Well, yeah. That's one way of saying that. Sexy
Shots
Bambo...
fired.
What?
Shots fired. Although, there is already one innate advantage for Sexy Bambo as opposed to N0tail. N0tail starts out with a bottle. Sexy Bambo starts out with a bottle, a magic stick, and an ironwood branch because he randomed.
Yep, we'll get to see what happens here in the middle lane. We're actually we should just put up the last hits and denies and see how well can Sexy Bambo mess around with Shadow Fiend, and what kind of work can Tusk do to annoy people. That's all the disclaimer I'm going to give you for today, for this game.
You and your disclaimers.
Yeah.
More like spoilers, am I right?
Oh, shish. And, oh, by the way, yeah, Shadow Fiend took up Shadow Rays for skill. Don't ask me
Well, I
why.
can see why, because he's got 24 base damage once he gets hit by Fate Bolt.
Yeah.
So he actually once lost hits.
Yeah, but the thing is that he's not going to get more last hits. I mean, it's not going to give him damage without Necromancery. So it's I don't know.
Oh, he has it now, so it's fine.
But he started using the raises before he was level 2. He couldn't wait one creep wave. I don't know.
Now he's got more.
Oh, and
That was some epic micro by our Meepo star. He raised his own. What was?
I don't know. You'd expect better micro from the guy we just saw kick some serious ass with Meepo, and the courier just came up and just stood here. It's like, oh, okay, I'll kill it then. Meepo player, that's the thing. What the hell's wrong with you, man? N0tail not on his best day, it seems.
I think it's just N0tail being peer pressured by Sexy Bambo.
Oh, that works on him, man. So yeah, there's not going to be boots anytime soon for Shadow Fiend, and they notice that they both have a bottle, and the boots are now coming in for Rubik. So
It didn't even have money for boots yet. That courier was just for bottle crowing.
yeah, no, I'm talking about Rubik. He bought the boots, but then he didn't because he realized there's no career on the Dire team, and he wants the regeneration, but not going to get it because Nature's Prophet's here. And at the bottom, we do have Mirana and Ricky trading blows as Invoker's actually at the bottom trying to help out Ricky.
So that's support Invoker, man.
Totally.
Also, only in pubs.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet is actually working pretty slowly towards his Midas. He did start off with a Gloves of Haste, and well, we have Shadow Fiend very low HP, and Tusk does have Snowball, so... And he's standing in an ominous position, so we'll see how that works out. And at the bottom we have Moran actually taking a lot of damage here. Poof with me. He seems to be fine. And Shadow Fiend is so low. But there's no range for Tusk, and he's...
He knows that Tusk is there, though, because they've got a ward up there. He's seen him walk up that hill.
Yeah. And Shadow Fiend he's actually forced to go all the way back. Wow. This is a major, like, holdback for him. I mean, he's not even level 4. He has no money for anything. The boots that he so needs, and wow. Definitely Sexy Bambo so far is doing a better job than Shadow Fiend, I have to say. He's doubling the CS. Last hits.
But then again, it's not all that usual that Shadow Fiend outright wins his lane if you play intelligently. Usually he just does decently and then picks up during the mid game with... Once he's maxed his raises, he can demolish creep waves in 2 clicks. And that's where he gets the most of his farm.
Right, and well, at the bottom we do have actually Mirana and Invoker trading blows here. But there we go, there's the Ricky. She does have the leap though, so she's fine. Oh, well, Nature's Prophet does... No? And well, he's actually giving her hits from the high ground. And... Oh, the Sunstrike missed, but the stun was there, and... Mirana? No, she's still alive. Oh, but the Invoker from the top! Can he get it? Yes, it's gonna hit! Oh, there we go. She does drop, and that's First Blood.
See, that's also something Valve has to get the hell on. Leap shouldn't just disjoint projectiles, it should also stop your commands. That last hit from Invoker should never have hit. It hit because it fired while she was in mid-leap, but in Dota 1, if you start a command, then she leaps, then your command gets cancelled because
the
she
career
went invisible for...
N0tail, the career is, he didn't actually give the bottle, and this is actually a different career, and they do have they have 2. They actually bought one, but really, and the other one is already alive. And whoa, at the top we have Magnus. Yeah, he does actually drop the Spirit Breaker and Tusk. Spirit Breaker just now level 6, so they just went for it and managed
Finally,
to do
the roaming Tusk delivers.
Yeah, finally. About freaking time. He's just level 3 at this point. But what the hell is up with N0tail's micro from... I mean... Oh, Spirit Breaker? No, there's nothing here. What's up with this career micro?
Maybe it's just not used to bottle crowing. It is really iffy, really. You gotta just get used to that, dragging your bottle onto the courier, then clicking the button to go home again. And then making sure that he actually refilled your bottle, because he really has a tendency to just not do that properly. It would be nice for Valve to give something to make that a little bit easier. Say, just have a button on your courier which says, refill my bottle for me.
Check out Poof with me, he's so dead. Nature's Prophet coming from the top. He's just so... And why is he taking so much damage just from being here? And he doesn't even manage to leap away. He just took so much damage, and Ricky cleans him up. That was just kind of unfortunate.
At this point, the game is pretty significantly in the Dire's favor. If you look at the net worth, it's Over 2,000 for Rubik, over
Yeah.
2,000 for Spirit Breaker, over 2,000 for the Jungle Doombringer, who's got himself a Midas, so he gets insane amounts of farm. And Ricky has only barely breached the 2,000 right now, and everyone else is underneath. Which, with at the very bottom, N0tail Shadow Fiend.
And Nature's
It's
Prophet.
less than their offlaner and their support invoker.
N0tail, man, N0tail. What are you doing today? And by the way, Nature's Prophet. I think Nature's Prophet should be a little bit faster than a Doombringer in the jungle. And Doombringer has his Midas up. I mean, for a while now. And well, we have a charge. We have a charge of Shadow Fiend in the middle. Rubik is here as well. They want him. And yep, they're totally gonna get him here. He doesn't even need the ultimate, but does cast it. Tusk came in as well to try and help out. And at the bottom, we also have Mirana. Oh, she's in a lot of trouble. The leap isn't even off cooldown. The previous leap that she tried to get away, and they managed to dive the tower and get her. And yeah, there's actually 2 flying careers for the Radiant team.
Why would you also upgrade them both?
Asking questions.
This is Pinoy Dota, man.
Don't ask difficult questions, man.
It's also about the quality of Pinoy Dota. Not hating.
So Shadow Fiend isn't doing so well for N0tail.
Well, he just passed both the Invoker and the Magnus in terms of net worth.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's level 7. He can demolish creep waves in 2 clicks.
Yeah, if he hits, definitely. And at the top, I want to talk about Spirit Breaker. He's actually doing a really good job. Spirit Breaker with an Urn and Power Treads is pretty happy around level 7. When he gets his ultimate around level 7 and 8, he got like a Charge, a Darkness, Empowering Haste. I'd actually like Empowering Haste more so than Greater Bash, but some people prefer leveling Greater Bash, I guess. And,
Mostly because it also improves your Nether Strike damage.
Yeah, but still, Empowering Haste improves your all other hits, pretty much. And, I mean, movement speed generally, so...
Well, not anymore. You remember that he was remade so that Greater Bash is the only skill that...
The scales? Oh,
takes more
right.
damage from your movement speed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is correct.
So you no longer get base damage from Empowering Haste like you used to.
But he moves faster with Empowering Haste.
That's nice, but Greater Bash is the source of your damage right now. And you also don't need to max Charge of Darkness anymore because its movement speed at the first level is actually sufficient to catch people now, which it really didn't used to be. So yeah, maxing Greater Bash first is probably the best idea.
So yeah, Spirit Breaker gets pretty scary at this point, and he should really be roaming and ganking. Well, not roaming. I don't call it roaming when you charge someone from half a map away, but he should be ganking, definitely, especially with the help of Tusk. Tusk needs to get in position, charge from across the map, and that's about it. And Ricky actually picks off Mirana at the bottom, almost by himself.
For the 4th time.
Yeah, Ricky's having fun with Mirana, which is pretty weird, I'd have to say. And he does have a recipe for Drum and a Bracer, for some reason.
Because he's going face drums, I guess.
Yeah, but okay, now he has the jump.
What's actually more surprising than
Whoa!
the fact that
Whoa! Doombringer! Whoa! That's Sunstrike! And one last hit from Nature's Prophet. Well, that did the job.
they got wards all over his jungle. They can see where he is at any time.
About time they actually do something about that. Because he's been having fun with his Midas. And whoa, Magnus, he does have the RP there, and he does RP both of them. Solo Tusk immediately uses up his skills, but the Nature's Prophet ultimate is enough. Spirit Breaker is now on the run. Invoker, well, misses that, but can Spirit Breaker do much? The Skewer is there. One last hit on Spirit Breaker. No, he's actually in the air, and he uses up his ultimate. And the Stolen Skewer gets Magnus dropped as well. Can Invoker do this? Wow, that was a bad click here. And oh my god, Sexy Bamboo gets the kill to Invoker. That was actually 2 for 1. Magnus and Invoker both dropped.
I just noticed that Sexy Bambo also picked up a Midas.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I was actually going to suggest somewhere along all those streams of thought that I would have wanted Spirit Breaker to pick up a Midas. And there's a Furion.
Yeah, what the? Oh, okay, Furion wanted to kill Sexy Bamboo, but he's gonna die because Tuskar. Boom. Indeed, actually, you didn't need the snowball, man. Just hit him once. So, yeah, we do have another Midas on that team. Seems like it.
And we've got ourselves a level 6 on Tusk, so we can finally start punching people with all kinds of funny taglines.
Yay! Penguin punches and polar punches and... Ooh!
Cucumber punch, which makes the least sense of all. I like to think that the way they designed that was just sit everyone around the table and ask, guys, we need some alternate names for the walrus punch, because we don't really like that name. And then they wrote down every single thing everyone ever suggested and just did all of them. Because then you don't have to choose.
Well,
Because who the fuck thinks about walrus punch and another punch? That's not really good ability names.
it's cute, I guess, because... I mean, animals and stuff, and whoa, Doom up on Shadow Fiend, I'm sorry.
He's getting snowballed? Nope.
No, the snowball completely misses, but that's enough, and the Walrus Punch, there we go. When it kills you. And there's actually, like, what, 4 or 5 different punches, depending on who you hit, and if that kills them, I think? If it does the extra damage or not.
There's like 50 different
Really?
sentences for the walrus punch. At least 50.
Seriously?
You can check the whole list on TotaWiki. It's amazing how many they made.
I thought there's only like Walrus Punch. When I played him, I only saw Walrus Punch for doing the damage.
I guess some of them are just really rare, and like I said, it's true that some are specific to some heroes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was specific to who you're punching, not specifically heroes, maybe different creeps or something like that, but I didn't know there's 50 of them.
At least 50.
Wow. Okay.
The list is huge, but yeah, it's possible that some of them are really rare. I actually haven't played Tusk myself, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, Nature's Prophet with a beautiful... Oh, that's not going to do much enough when you have that Nether Strike, and whoa, he does drop in! Well, Walrus Punch. Yeah, you're dead. And, whoa, we actually have here, everybody's here. Invoker with that Meteor. So much damage coming from Riki. Double Dust, so you can totally see Riki. But he's still in there. We have Banana Whisper coming in here, and Tusk is going to get away here. The arrow misses. Well, Spirit Breaker and Come With Me's coming in here. Riki's finally off the dust. Can the Shadow Fiend with Alacrity do enough? And whoa, there's a career here, which is, by the way, a golden career, which is pretty cool because they beat the Sugar Rush Roshan, which is pretty cool. Mirana, the Sunstrike, no, it actually misses. One last hit should be enough, though. Oh, an additional one. Can he get away? Poof with me. The stun hits! The stun hits, and no! Oh, Shadow Fiend, so low HP, but he has a haste, so he doesn't really care.
How did that last race not hit?
I don't know. He was to the left of it. It was really close, but...
And there's a Blink Dagger on Magnus, so there's going to be RPs all over the place.
Finally. Yep.
And Nature's Prophet has now enough money for his Shadow Blade, so he can do all the things that he wants to.
Seriously, everybody's getting Shadow Blade on everyone.
Well, it's very standard on Nature's Prophet and Shadow Fiend, who is also going for the Shadow Blade, because he has himself a Claymore.
Yeah. And now the money.
Doom is going for a Shadow Blade. He's also got himself a Claymore.
Maybe it's a Battle Fury, though.
It might be, but it's more likely
That's
a Shadow
probably
Blade.
a Shadow Blade, yeah. Can you give me a good reason why Doom would want a Shadow Blade?
Well, it kind of helps with his bursty damage-ish. Then he can run in, hit someone with the backstab damage, then Doom, and make sure that he actually has enough damage to finish him off. And it's also defensively useful, but...
Well,
yeah, it's...
attack speed and damage is nice for Doom, and I mean, he is supposed to be a damage-dealing sort of carry that hits you. But, well...
There's a Riki on his face now.
Yeah. And a Shadow.
He's not gonna be happy.
Well, that Sunstrike is... You don't even need it, man. There's actually 4 heroes farming the bottom lane, because there's nothing here. I mean, I guess they just want the tower, but... Devoting 4 heroes just like that? Okay. That's weird.
Yep.
And there we
Also,
go.
I'm really disappointed in Sexy Bambo that he didn't buy a Shadow Blade as well.
Definitely need more Shadow Blades. He does have the Force Staff, and whoa, the arrow actually misses, but the RP hits 3 heroes. Skewer, yep, gets it, and we have 2 TPs in. The ball also there, but boom, Invoker hits everybody and gets them, and they just all die. Nature's Prophet comes in as well, and the only one alive has come with me is running, just running for his life. That's 3 kills for like nothing. They just all TP'd in after the reverse polarity, so perfect timing. Sunstrike, just for the sake of it, and we have a Nature's Prophet versus Come With Me. But she had a Tengu, and he's actually dealing a lot of damage. Poof with me, and he blinks, he's stuck. Yeah, he's moved away, and Invoker with the Meteor, yeah. Everybody's coming in from every direction, we want to kill him. I mean, there could have been a Magnus, but no, Invoker picks him off. Phew. What's up with Morana's getting stuck in trees, man?
I don't know. I guess she just likes trees. She likes hugging them. And then she hugs a bit too
And
close.
Nature's Prophet! Does he have... No, he has no detection. He does have a detection, but he waits. Why did he wait with it so long?
Maybe he was looking for the right
And
hotkey. That
oh, Shadow Fiend is gonna finish him off. Tusk is only level 8 at this point, which is, and he has absolutely nothing. Like I said, support Tusk. That's what he's gonna do. And Spirit Breaker coming up on Magnus, and it's gonna pick him off very easily here. Yeah, he drops. Invoker, can they actually do it for Riki as well? He wanted a sexy bamboo, and Riki? Yeah, he drops. But Shadow Fiend comes in, cleans everybody up. No, Mirana leaps away. Spirit Breaker versus Shadow Fiend, it's not gonna be effective. He drops, but Doom is here. Doom's coming in, Shadow Fiend, very low HP. There's a Nature's Prophet coming in to try and help out. No, the Mirana with a Starfall. She had vision, and Doom gets away. Shadow Fiend buys back, and will try and get back here, but... Yeah, notice the Mirana has a gem, so they can totally see him. Can she hit that arrow? Doom is invisible. Can she hit that arrow? She's waiting. Can she do it? Come with me. Yes! Perfect. And the Doom is going to finish it off. Beautiful job here with Come With Me. Great arrow. Look at that
and
career.
another buyback.
Look at the career, man. It's an unusual immortal career. A rare and glittering trophy awarded to the fastest slayers of Sugarat Roshan. Yeah,
Not being Toby.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Well, I guess it's excusable with that career since that one's actually special.
Yeah.
Instead of just cute.
Riki versus Spirit Breaker. I say, and Riki has Empower. Go for it, man. Go for it. Especially with that Nature's Prophet. Just go for it. Yeah. Hit him once. Hit him twice. And why is Spirit Breaker fighting? Because he knows there's no chance. But hey, they want Riki. There is that gem. And the RP comes in as well. Can they actually do this? Tusk drops off, and Magnus wants to hit everyone. But Riki's solo, and he does actually drop. Doombringer goes off for Nature's Prophet instead. Magnus blinks away. This has been 3 for 2.
Yep.
And whoa, Shadow Fiend, what are you doing? He has haste. He...
Also has a full bottle.
Yeah, the arrow.
He's
The arrow! Pause for a second, let it pass. He's perfectly fine. But Doom is here, and Doom has no mana enough for his Doom. Doom doesn't have mana to Doom.
And therefore his attempt to gank is doomed. Tish.
Yeah, totally.
We actually had a polar punch in that fight instead of a walrus punch.
Yeah, because it didn't do the bonus damage, I believe. That's how it works. That's why I think there's like 3, because Penguin Punch is when you punch a creep, I think? I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to say something about Doom's Shadow Blade. It costs 75 mana. Doom doesn't have a lot of mana at all. Doom has crap mana. And putting up another thing that takes mana away from you when you have so many skills, and Doom costs so much, it's just, he's not going to have mana for his skills. Which is why this is not
It
smart.
helps him actually right-click people down, which is, I guess, his plan. Which probably means that he shouldn't be walking around with a thunderclap and should start finding an alpha wolf or a centaur to eat.
I just noticed that the sound that Mirana's thing makes, and it's not the proper tiger, it's this... What is that, man? Turn around.
It's a cat.
Turn around. Okay. We have to look here at the Riki. there is the
Nice.
Riki.
I need to start looking at Moran again.
No, he's fine. And Spirit
Oh.
Breaker. No, they
There's
back
a
away.
Mizzle.
There's actually everybody's here. Do they want Roshan? I believe they do. And Mirana. Where's Mirana? I need to see that thing. Is that like a bird thing? It made such a weird sound. It's like an annoying sound. I mean, I guess she looks
I think
nice.
it's actually a bug with her sound, because to me that sounds like the Heaven's Halberd sound
Oh.
effect.
It sounds
Doesn't
like
it?
it sounds like you stepped on a bird.
Maybe it's just a griffin or something.
I guess it's a griffin, sort of,
Ow.
but griffins have wings, and it's not entirely. It's weird. I don't like it. That's all I have to say. And yeah, the Radiant pick off the Roshan. Let's go back to the game. Come with me. Excuse me. Banana Whisperer, also known as N0tail, has just a morbid mask, and 2K, and that's it.
Go Mask of Madness.
Yeah, but he has money. He's not getting it.
I don't dislike. It's probably for like the Helmet Dominator.
But he
into
has
the
money.
Satanic.
He's not
I
getting
don't really,
that as well. So
I don't really dislike not creating the Helm of the Dominator, because all you really get is a bit of armor and 20 damage, and
that's a lot. That's a lot for 900 gold.
well, but it's maybe it may not be what you actually want or need. Like if you want more damage, then there's much more efficient ways to get it. Like put those 200.
Whoa, the RP! Jump in with the dagger, and we do have Mirana and Spirit Breaker cut off. Mirana jumps away with that weird sound once again. Riki, doomed. Riki is doomed immediately. Invoker, Walrus Punch, and he drops immediately. Nature's Prophet is going to deal some damage here. Doom finally finds him. Can Tusker survive this? No, invisibility's not going to help when there's a gem. Shadow Fiend. Was that a
And there it
reverse
is.
RP? Yeah, he stole the RP. Sexy Bambo. Great job, Magnus. Totally drops to that Rubik, and that's been 4 heroes dead. Shadow Fiend is the only one to survive, and the arrow completely misses. That was terrible.
They didn't get anyone from that. From a pretty good RP initiation, but then yeah, Invoker and Riki just started the fight at the complete different side.
Yeah, they were fighting here, and they were fighting here, and it was just not smart.
And everyone who got caught in the RP had a way to get out of it, whether it be leaping out, nether striking out, or I guess he snowballed out of it, or otherwise just escaped.
Yeah, and Shadow Fiend, remember, had an Aegis, which he lost, so you could say it's a team wipe, in a way, in a sense.
In a sense, but at least he can continue farming, because
Yeah.
he needs to.
And
So he's
Doom,
actually doing really good right now. He is the second most farmed hero, below the Doombringer, who is always supposed to be the most farmed hero,
yeah,
because
has
he
a Shiva. And has a Shiva now. Well, he needs to pick it up.
Yeah, N0tail really making up for those perfect micro skills by just farming a lot.
And
Yeah.
he's going for a point booster.
I guess he wants a Skadi.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense, but really just hang around with the Morbid Mask. And it's important to note that Skadi and Lifesteal work together on ranged heroes. That's the only 2 orbs that you can use together easily. And they want Mirana here. They really do. Nature's Prophet, wow, she senses it. Come with me, just knows. Can they stun anyway? No. The Sunstrike is late, and
Why does the Prophet have an armlet?
I don't know.
I guess it's just to be Dota. That's the only reason to ever get armlet, to be Dota.
I don't know why a prophet would have that, but I have to check items now on everybody. Riki has a diffusion blade, he's fine. Magnus with going for that mech, which is nice. Rubik now, well, Rubik will reach in a second. Shadow Fiend we already talked about. Spirit Breaker, just a drum, nothing much. Doombringer does have his Shiva's Guard. Blink Dagger up on Rubik, like we said, and that Hand of Midas and that gem. Mirana.
Out of Midas, which is probably picked up at around 20 minutes.
Come with me. What? What the hell?
And Tusk only has face boots.
And Tusk only has phase boots.
Which is fine, because he's the little
Why did
utility
come with
support
me?
egg.
Wow, come with me. Get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there. Nature's Prophet, that was a bit premature with the TP in. Can Mirana do it? The Sunstrike actually hits, but it's not enough. She had enough to heal herself. And is she going to be okay here? Wow, actually there's a charge up on Shadow Fiend. puts up the dust, and did I hear an RP up on Doom? And, oh wow, on 3 heroes, Sexy Bamboo as well, and Tusk, and, well, Magnus is doomed after using RP, who cares? Doom picks up Shadow Fiend, and we have Ricky picking off a Sigil after killing Tusk.
Sexy Bamboo still had his RP from the last fight, so he just picked up a few kills with that one.
Spirit Breaker, Doom goes up on Nature's Prophet, but they're blocked by the trees. And, yeah, Nature's Prophet is going to die here. Or is he?
That's where that Shadow Blade really helps.
Rubik and Shadow Demon. No, Nature's Prophet is actually... No, he drops the Lyran charges. That's unfortunate. Ricky, can he get the Doombringer? Shadow Fiend is going to help them out. Doombringer still is invisible. I really don't know who has the gem at this point.
Doom has
it.
Quickly picked it up as Sexy Bamboo died.
And Doom TP's away successfully.
A weird place to TP away, but it works.
Why did Come With Me get a Hand of Midas? I don't have a lot of items. I should get a Hand of Midas. It'll help me farm.
Yeah, I don't have enough levels, so I need a Hand of Midas to catch back up to everyone. Why not? I mean, people underestimate Hand of Midas these days. The latest buff made it really a lot more powerful than people give it credit. There's no such thing as you need to get your Hand of Midas before 10 minutes, else it's not good.
No, that's not true.
It's just a good item to get if you need gold and experience and also attack speed. If you don't need all of those, or if 2000 gold for just that is a bit too much, then you might not want to. But otherwise, you just get it. Even if it's a bit later, just get it. This may be a little bit extreme, a 20-minute Midas.
Well, the thing is, the problem with Midas isn't that it costs the amount of cost, and wow, Come With Me is so dead at this point. Just hit him! Stop trying to... Wow, that was a stupid miss here, as he actually uses up his ultimate. Spirit Breaker, can he pick off Invoker before he drops? Nope, it seems like he cannot. Dude, N0tail, just hit him. Forget the raises, just hit him. And we have Rubik invisible, but he does get away and now blinks away. There's two freaking... They're actually using the double careers, which is funny. About the Midas, the main thing that you have to keep in mind for the Midas is that since people rush it, it takes away that almost 2k gold from the start, which basically means you're not going to get boots up as fast, and not going to get like your bracer or drum or upgrade your boots and those basic items up early. And that's the main drawback of Midas getting it so early. Now, obviously the experience is huge. If it was just the money, it wouldn't be interesting enough, because it pays itself back about 15 minutes if it's perfect. But remember, you might actually die if you die with Midas on off cooldown. It's horrible drawback. And there's a lot of risk, obviously, involved with it. I mean, you have to make proper use of it. And the Sunstrike misses here on the Mirana, but we have a Nature's Prophet to come in and clean up the job. And Ricky, no, he's not going to get Sexy Bamboo. So, getting a Midas so late, you probably want other items. That 2k gold can actually help you get. If you're so far behind, it might actually be good, because it will help you get that little bit of money that you need for those items that you want to get if you're doing so poorly. Like, I don't know, a bracer, finish up your boots, get that Ring of Aquila, or whatever. And Polar Punch we get here as Magnus gets picked off. He wants to RP, that's not smart. Yeah, he does cancel it the last second.
They actually were chasing after N0tail Shadow Fiend,
Yeah.
but he just juked into the woods a few times, and then
Hey, Magnus is
Spirit
here.
Breaker saw Magnus and thought, oh well, whatever, I'll just take this one. But something else interesting to say about Hand of Midas is that there was actually a time where a lot of Chinese support players would buy Hand of Midas in order to counter, say, a Chen or a Necrobook. Because that's just a one-click, you kill the thing, and you can immediately buy wards. So that's another use of Midas that people just don't ever seem to do, which might potentially be a really useful...
Well, against Chen or Enchantress, yeah, but you don't see those heroes at this point. And we do have Spirit Breaker jumping in, but going back immediately. There's a Doom up on the Invoker. Ricky with his BKB trying to kill Spirit Breaker, but that's so much HP. Polar Punch is going to go off on Ricky. And there's actually nobody quite. Shadow Fiend with his ultimate up, hitting pretty much everything, but not too much damage. There's still, everybody's still alive. Invoker did drop. Nature's Prophet is going to drop here, and the Radiant need to get the hell out. Ricky, they're still here, though. They don't care. Shadow Fiend, can they pick off Spirit Breaker? He's still alive. The stun did its job. Ricky. Doommaker is back, and Magnus is finally back. Does have his RP, remember that. Everybody's kind of scattering. Spirit Breaker finally picked off by Ricky. And yeah, he wants Tusk as well, and he's probably going to get him. Though the Walrus Punch is going to delay him for one last second, so Shadow Fiend got the last hit here. And he just blinked in and manages to skewer out Doom from the base. Can they do enough damage? They don't have vision, I believe. And Rubik does have the gem, yeah. Come with me, comes in. Ricky. Very low HP. Mirana, one last hit. No, it's not enough. And the... No, he missed! The Sunstrike missed. Oh, the Sunstrike missed. That was so close. And the arrow. If he would have continued a little bit, would have gotten Ricky.
So, is that fight almost over?
I don't know how many people died. I can't keep track of this.
What I do know is that was a polar, what was it? Permafrost punch.
Permafrost? Not polar?
Not polar. Well, I guess what happens is that the graphic is always either one of those three, but the sound effect that he says can be one of many, many things.
Oh. I didn't hear him. Wasn't listening to him speaking. So
That's what you got me for.
Yeah.
Pick up on what kind of punch it is.
So you're saying that the what you see is always one of a couple of things, but what he says can be a lot of different things. That makes much more sense to me. And Roshan is back up. Sexy Bamboo knows it. And they're all there, so he just swings by, and is he gonna just walk in? He blinks in. Better so, and then immediately Force Staffs out. And meets up with Magnus the Skewer. No, the Skewer doesn't actually hit. Shadow Fiend is hasted, though, but he's fine. He's fine.
The Skewer is right now.
Yeah, they're just screwing around, seriously. But the Roshan is still being hit here. Finally stopped. The arrow hits a Trent. No, it actually hit Ricky. Ricky is stunned up for a while here, and do they want to come in? Come on, Shadow Fiend has almost got it. Big AB up on Ricky. Doom is here. Who's going to get the Roshan? The Roshan. Rubik snatched up. Comes in with a Blink Dagger and got it. The Radiant actually got Roshan, but Bamboo got it. The RP hits. Only two heroes. Invoker finally drops from Doom. And we have the Aegis immediately pops here by the Rubik. Spirit Breaker's dead. Rubik, did he blink away? He did. He blinked away. Doom on the running away. Ricky's gonna be caught up in the trends here. Mirana is gonna make it, and the giant ball comes in. Walrus punch up on Magnus, not enough to kill him, and he pays with his life. Mirana doesn't have another leap, and she drops as well. And Magnus, solo HP, wants to get Rubik, and he blinks away. Rubik wants to get him and manages to do so with the Fade Bolt. That's a triple kill for Ricky, who pretty much got everybody.
And that's honestly about time. It's really been a while since the Radiant team has had the superior punching power. No pun intended. For these team fights. I mean, Shadow Fiend's had great farm, Ricky's had great farm, but their initiations were just so chaotic that they just started getting hurt by all of these nukes from the Dire side and slowly whittled down and unable to really secure many kills. And therefore unable to get any towers from it. Yeah, Nature's Prophet's now with the charge. Do they have any additional dust? I really don't know where the gem is. Oh, it's up on Shadow Fiend, which also has the Eye of Scotty now. Important to note. And he is going to drop here the gem as well. Who has the gem now? Tuskar is the one. So the tower is still standing. There's no serious ground gained here. Tower is standing. Yep, thanks to that one buyback and thanks to the fact that Spirit Breaker was one of the first to die, so he could resurrect fast enough to be able to defend that. But yeah, just looking at the kind of items that the Dire has, Spirit Breaker has Helm of the Dominator, a Belt of Iron Strength, an Urn, Drums, and Power Treads. I'm guessing that Belt is gonna go into a Basher, which means that he doesn't have any kind of attack speed at all, really. And he's only decently tanky. And they want Nature's Prophet here. He's going to get him very, very easily.
But can Invoker do much? Tuska with a polar punch up on the Invoker. And Ricky is in BKB. He wants to get Miranda, just goes straight for her and actually managed to get. Can he get away here, though? The RP actually hits from Dark Falco on everybody, and he's skewered them all! They're all on the freaking ledge, but he's stuck with them, so he's gonna die. Can he actually... The bashes? Yeah, they did get him to the... Help! He's still alive! He's still alive! Oh, but the snowball! The snowball got all of them to the bottom! The snowball on... Wow! And Shadow Fiend is in a lot of trouble. He's the only one left alive, and he does drop. That's a team wipe. Oh my god. The snowball got them off the cliff. What?
That was the next level, followed up by
Next
the next
level.
The third level of plays.
And yeah, the Dire once again doing an incredible job here from the ledge, I guess.
Yep, and again, that was a pretty scattered fight for the Radiant. No real focus, no real picking off important targets immediately. And so yeah, it's all just about the whittling down, because there's just so little direct damage. The Doom is building tanky, the Spirit Breaker is building tanky.
The Doom has 3k HP with his heart now, and a lot of armor with that Shiva, so Doom is almost unkillable. And Spirit Breaker
still has pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
He's actually going for, it seems like, Maelstrom, so he can continue farming at 37 minutes. And
Spirit Breaker getting a lot of damage here from the Desolator and Armlet Nature's Prophet, I have to say. Spirit Breaker, they did get the tower, but he's so dead, yeah. The Skewer, and one last, what's the name of that ability? Shockwave, damn. Slipped my mind. So Rubik, Sexy Bamboo now has a gem on himself and an additional gem up on his stash, just in case. Just in case.
Just so he can double see the room and see the Ricky.
Yeah. And Nature's Prophet goes in on Come With Me, just like that. Wow, he actually does so much damage. Mirana has just a Maelstrom, which isn't enough. And the Nature's Prophet, oh, the Nature's Prophet from Rubik! Managed to kill him, Shadow Fiend here. Yeah, they're actually going to get away.
Shadow Punch.
Shadow Punch. And Rubik still has reverse polarity now. And the Ricky... Oh, Ricky bite back. But the Fusional.
He's had that for ages.
No, the second stage.
Already.
Yeah, I mean the upgrade. He ran out of purges. I meant the upgrade that he has additional purges, which surprised me. And it's going to be trouble defending this now with Mirana and Rubik all gone. And they don't have a buyback. Or they do actually have... No, buyback in 20 seconds, Rubik. And Mirana is time and money. So the tower is going to fall. And this is going to be Rax, man. This...
Finally.
Finally. There's the Rax. And it's a good time to take a look at the graphs. It's been up and down, but still, the Radiant have been up most of the time. And they're just pretty much have an easy time here. Oh, Shadow Fiend, the RP hits, but he's still doomed. And he finally drops. It's so much damage from his ultimate coming in here. And we're going to have Spirit Breaker fall. Doombringer doing a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. Tusk running back to the fountain. This tower is going to fall. These racks are going to fall. And this is finally substantial ground and probably the game for the Radiant team. Comes in here, Nature's Prophet, with his Armlet Desolator build, and yeah, Doom is back here, and the Walrus Punch up on Invoker. He goes invisible, but I really don't know who has gems anymore.
Rubik has one, and he's TPing in.
Invoker, he drops Mirana.
Now he has Ghost Walk.
No, there we go. They both actually fall. Doom takes Nature's Prophet, Nature's Prophet one last hit, picks off Come With Me, and Magnus survives. Yeah, they can't find him. But that's pretty much it. That's bottom dead, mid essentially dead.
Moderately painful punch.
Moderately painful. You're probably better at doing that accent than I am.
I don't know, man.
What is it? Is that Scandinavian or something? I think.
Probably. I mean, it's Dusk.
It's Tuskar.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Icelandish.
Icelandish. He has that pause. I love that pause.
I think it's kind of weird, and I think a lot of people have gotten really tired of that announcer from.
That
pretty
announcer,
much
no, that announcer gave me a headache after 2 games when it was no, seriously annoying. I mean, it's cute, but at moderation, and that announcer makes me want to get a head. I mean, gives me a headache. Okay,
Makes you want to punch puppies.
not
Except
Puppy.
people want
Puppy's a
to.
pretty nice guy, dude. And Magnus is has a shadow amulet, just a shadow amulet, and he uses it effectively as well. He looks how he blends with his surroundings.
A true chameleon.
He turns red when I. He's like white, glossy, and he turns red when I put up the. It's a weird animation. When I like, yeah. Indeed,
And now he's spamming Shadow Amulet because that's
fun.
totally funny and shit.
Yeah. Roshan is back pretty soon. So Magnus, ooh, poof with me, jump on poof with me. That Maelstrom, it's just and we have Nature's Prophet coming in here. They want Mirana and the blink. Wow, they used an RP just for that. Sunstrike.
That is so not worth it.
They did get it, but hey, Nature's Prophet, the polar punch is there. The skewer is gonna do enough damage. Yeah, Spirit Breaker drops the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet drops the Spirit Breaker. I'm sorry, and the ultimate up from Shadow Fiend. And they can't actually move. That Ice Wall is so frustrating. Melee characters, that's range. And Sexy Bamboo with the skewer tries to get away. Does have his Ghost Scepter now, but he steals back skewer once again. No, it's not gonna be enough. Oh, it actually is still alive, but no, the Shadow Fiend comes in from behind. Doombringer. Well, the thing is that Doom doesn't have the pack leader's aura, the wolf, and Shadow Fiend buys back immediately after he dies. Spirit Breaker's in a lot of trouble. Ricky cleans him off. Invoker, one last hit. Yep, that's it. And Ricky cleans up the rest. The thing about Doombringer, he has the Shockwave and Unholy Aura from the Grand Satire. And not...
Really, he's picked up a Sacred Relic and still he's only tickling the Shadow Fiend.
He needs this guy, the Alpha Wolf. This 30% bonus damage and the critical strike. That's what you need with a Doom at this point in the game. It gives you
If
so
you
much
want to
damage.
play as a carry, I guess that he just doesn't feel like he's a carry and feels like he's gotta be the tank to soak up all the damage.
Is 4 health regen better?
It does take ages for them to kill him, but does it matter when Spirit Breaker and Mirana are just not doing any damage themselves either?
But the thing is, what I mean, is 4 health regen better than a ton of damage?
Well, no, definitely not. But I mean,
yeah.
just also in case of its whole item build, going for Heart and Shiva gives you amazing tankability and not that much damage.
Well,
Shadowblade helps you escape things and gives you a little bit of damage.
Well, with the pack leader's aura, if he gets a wolf, he gets a lot of DPS, and he does have the Shadowblade, like we said, and you know, now with the relic that he finally goes for, and he does obviously have the money, it's a Doombringer, he can have the Basher pretty soon. I'm guessing he's going for a blade and not a DR or Radiance at this point. When he gets...
not going DR because he could have bought it already.
Yeah.
The only thing he can't buy with the money he has right now is the Basher, so Abyssal is the most likely. And it's also the most useful.
He needs the pack leader's aura. He seriously needs that wolf that just got killed by Shadow Fiend. But he really needs that to be effective. He's just, I mean, Shockwave does 125 damage. No one cares, really. And yeah, the Dire are sensing something. They know Roshan is back, but the Radiant are just actually farming the jungle. So, and Shadow Fiend now with a Chrysalis. Nature's Prophet has a Basher? What?
I swear, this guy thinks he's a Nax. That's the only...
That's actually an item build worthy of an Nax, exactly.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's an amazing Nax item build. And it's...
Oh, Doom got a Basher, but it's not with him, and he actually dooms up the Magnus. He's not going to survive
How long
this.
it takes to kill him? Finally, he's down.
Yeah, with 4 heroes trying to kill him, but he's now 90 seconds away. He just bought his Basher, so he has no money to buy back, and this is going to be the last Rax in pretty much the game. Nature's Prophet comes in invisible, but your Basher's not going to do much good for you. And he does drop.
He's gonna haste on N0tail, but he's
Why does he? He's hasted the entire game. What the hell?
Yeah, it just ran out.
In every encounter, he's been hasted. And the stun. Oh no! It actually it misses. So this is gonna be. Oh, they already know. It's coming. The end is near. Yeah, and Spirit Breaker now has a Sange. Lovely.
Yep, so it wasn't the best share, I was wrong, but it's also not really gonna help much.
Yeah, the tower is gonna fall. This is pretty much done. They're just too far behind at this point. 12k. Two
I
racks
don't
down.
think they can initiate without the Doombringer, which is probably correct, but they just gotta do something.
And Spirit Breaker tries to come in, but so much damage. Half of his HP just gone, and 2 more hits, and the rest of it is gone. No RPs just yet. Oh, there we go. That's the RP. It actually hits only 1 hero. Sexy Bamboo blinks away. Come with me. Tries to survive. Boom! That was perfect. Invoker gets the last hit. Mirana's dead. The Rax falls. And so, this is the end of this game. Can he?
Doom's back though!
Yeah, Doom's back. Can he kill Shadow Fiend with that Doom? Doom killed. Boom! And he must manage to clean him off before dropping himself to everybody hitting him for about an hour. Worth it! Definitely worth it. Completely. I could not agree more. So, as the creeps, obviously, because the heroes have to go in the fountain and get 1 additional kill and die themselves. As the creeps finish off the Darius Ancient, that's it. Yo. Radiant victory. Once again, N0tail shows his might against Come With Me and Sexy Bamboo in this case. Yep. So, this has been game number 2, and that's the last game for today, guys. So, we learned a lot about N0tail. That after playing Meepo with all that crazy micro, a career is too much.
Yep, micro skills do not translate to career skills.
Apparently
We learned
so.
that Meepo is actually the best split pusher in the game, and Tinker ain't got shit on that dude.
Yo. And pretty much that N0tail knows what he's doing in most cases. And a lot of Midases are not effective, it turns out, because there were 3 Midases on the Dire team in that game. One of them at 20 minutes on Come With Me.
It's not the Midas's fault.
Oh.
It's just the Doombringer's item build.
And Prophet, built like a Naix, hits like a truck. And apparently kind of works, I guess. At least in this game. So yeah, that's been it for episode 19 of Pubwatch. I'm not even quite sure this is going to go up on YouTube almost immediately. My name is KOKOStern. With me was Onin. You can find me at KOKOStern on Twitter. Onin is at follow Onin. If you want to contact me directly, it's kokosterncontent@gmail.com. That's it for us. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time, I guess. Conan, anything that I forgot?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. See you guys. Good night.